Coach, it's opening night, and I don't care how many of those you've been through, there is some anxiousness for this, isn't there?
There is, and it's exciting, and there's just a lot of unknowns still at this point. We do have a lot of guys back, but in the same tone, older doesn't mean better. Better means better, and we've got to see if we've done the right things this offseason to get better, and if we've evolved in our program and our philosophy and what we want to accomplish. And so we fell short last year, losing in the regional and overtime, and so we want to come back and see if we can reposition that, and it starts tonight with Columbia City.
The experience of that, winning the sectional and having the ball in your hands with a chance to win the regional is invaluable. How have you seen your guys grow internally and externally since then?
I think the biggest thing for myself is not knowing how to navigate the months that followed. It's my first championship and our program's first championship with me here. And I think I was uncertain of how to help my guys navigate that. And I think that we had a challenging summer in large part because we had not turned the page yet. And I think it was a really good summer in that sense that, you don't get a start this season where you finished last season. You have to start over, and we have to climb that ladder back up again. And so we've had a really good spring as we got out of it, guys individually with their AAU teams and their individual development. And then our summer was a struggle, but I think we've kind of went back to the drawing board on fundamentals and who we're going to be and our identity. And that this fall then has really turned into some things that I think you're going to see an exciting team. You're going to see a team that's just really well connected and a team that's going to hit the ground running in day one.
You said most of your guys are back. 4 of your 5 starters are back, but the one who's not back is a big deal, literally and figuratively, because Luke Yeager figured it out for his senior year, and he was a major factor in the success of your team. How do you go about trying to replace him?
Well, I think you don't realize how much you miss people until they're gone. And Luke is somebody very specifically that he added such value in the locker room, high character person, was a great teammate. And then he really turned into a really good high school basketball player for us. And at the back of the year when we went zone, he was an important piece of that decision. And so, his presence is definitely missed. But I think, being around that, those other guys got to see the value he did add and how he helped them. And I think that then sheds light on how can they do that with others. And I think that's the benefit of having a guy like Luke Yeager in your program is you get to see somebody walk the walk. He didn't talk very much, but he did live it. And that was something that our guys got to witness and be a part of. And so, we are going to be different this year. There's no doubt about that. We're going to be, there are some similarities in the personnel, but how we're trying to play, I think we've grown into an identity now with what we're trying to do defensively, especially. And then offensively, I've really decided to back away and give our guys the ability to be who they are as offensive players. We have a lot of skill, we have a lot of talent, and I think part of the job is to kind of get out of the way sometimes and let those guys be what they are. And so some of that is going to be other guys stepping into new roles. I think Meidenberger's a guy that has to step into a bigger role than he had last year, and he's very capable of that. I think Jaron Courtois is somebody that had a lot of experience in the junior varsity, but at the same time he's got to come in a varsity role now and do those same things. Sam Lahr is another one that nobody really knows much about Sam, but he's going to have to be a big contributor for us. And then we have Parker Justice and Drew Sullivan and Tristan Wilson and Reed. And so there's going to be opportunities there. And I think that the core group is the core group, but at the same time, I think the versatility we have with the other guys is going to be key.
What is your expectation of Drew and Tristan as they transition from playing in the state football championship 3 days ago to being on your basketball team?
Well, I want them to bring the same swagger they had the last month and a half of their season. I think there's a lot to be said about confidence and the confidence they were playing with and their team was playing with. Even though they may be behind in some ways, I think the confidence piece, and as they step in and join us, there's some familiarity there that they should have, high expectations to add value. And so, they won't be with us this week at all. I give them a week off just to let the bodies rest. They'll get their 5 practices in next week before the Snyder game, and then we'll hit the ground running and see where they fit and see how they can add value.
Who is the 5th starter?
Tonight it's going to be Jaron Courtois. I think his size and length, he's earned that. He's done a really good job rebounding for us thus far this fall. And then we're going to see. We may go smaller and try to extend a little bit. We may stay big. We got the versatility, I think, is going to be a huge factor for us this year in a lot of different games.
Okay, let's get this thing started.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Roger.
That's Matt Moore of the Warsaw Tigers. We'll come back and further preview tonight's game between Warsaw and Columbia City next on News Now Warsaw.